it was truly like the highest of highs to the lowest of lows for those kids. I mean, one, because it was such a remarkable season. I mean, and for us to get where we were and to win the whole thing, and then for that opportunity to kind of be just kind of taken right out of your hands. It was a pretty traumatic day for my team, because I have 8 seniors. I mean, over half my team is seniors and aren't going to have the opportunity to potentially do this again. So, but you know, I told them that we understand why it's happening, and support the decision of the NCAA. And there's a lot of people who are paid a lot more money to make these decisions, and obviously it was something that needed to happen. But I told my team it doesn't take away the fact that they can still be sad over this, and still be hurt, because it would have been a once in a lifetime opportunity for them to be able to play in the NCAA tournament. Most of us found out via social media. You know, we found out on Twitter before we found out, you know, from anyone else, from the NCAA or anyone else, you know, just harder. Yeah. And so everyone was at home, everyone was in their own separate, you know, so basically they had their families to kind of cling to. And I think that was the most difficult part, is there was no, you know, every year you have these moments where you get to say goodbye and you get to end your season, whether it's on a win or whether it's on a loss. You still have a moment where you can kind of have some closure. And I think that's the most difficult thing, is that we didn't have that moment. You didn't have the time in the locker room to hug each other and be sad and, you know, oh, we're proud of you, you know, this happened. We did get to end on a celebration, though, because we won a championship. But there's just still not that closure for our team of, you know, of being able to have that moment together. You know, for us, we obviously won't do anything again until next August. Our season's over. Really, everyone's season's over. So it's going to be a really interesting time, especially for athletes who they're used to, maybe if you have an off season, it might be for 2 weeks. So in fact, our strength coach has already sent them a program, you know, that they can do from home to be able to just work out. It's hard. Some of their classes will be remote, some of them will be all online, and so I think it's going to be just a really interesting time to kind of figure out how to be a student athlete during this time, and kind of just to stick together and to be able to stay in touch. And I told them they have to keep their phones charged, because that's their only way to communicate with them now.